person to yourself. Start when we get the show secret. Sure. या फिर ज़्यादा कभी खराब नहीं तो आप ये तो पता चल जाएगा कभी खराब. It comes to basketball. Now it's recognizing girls, these are high school days, but sad.
You were going that side. No, back, no. Come, front seat. You are special. No, it is. Mobile तो नहीं है ना? हैं? Yes, sir. Anybody have mobile? Keep it.
No, it's
You.
red side.
How are you? Huh? Okay.
Feeling better. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Take, especially
Stage.
signature over. Have you signed up? No. No. That's the no. That morning. No.
Yes, sir. देखो आया थोड़ा करके देखा पहले हॉर्ड पे नहीं गए तो फिर जब यू वर नॉट जस्ट फॉर एक्साइटेशन एग्जैक्टली लाइक वहां पे जितना समझ में आएगा ना इतना नहीं समझ में और एक्सपीरियंस को करना है यार हां तो क्या
Yes, enough.
wait second chapter is like over kind of third chapter like a recording there
Which
I saw the recording yesterday live stream or live
the live stream you did not.
I was renting so till where it Like I couldn't hear everything properly. Very good.
Communalism we were discussing. But the gender you understood, no?
Yes, sir. That was I saw. And I just needed to.
No, whenever you are just saying that absent, no, you just
Yes, I woke up. I only missed the first period. Yes. And then I saw the recording a bit later, like after. Yes, sir. I just read it one more time.
yes, yes, enough. We have discussed about communalism. What do you know about communalism?
It's when people based on their religion.
Huh?
One based on their religion have very strong affection towards it.
Then
And then
when we you just sit here, that's better. No, मैडम को सब दिखता है. You don't try to. Huh? Okay, we have studied that when we keep our religion superior than others, and at the same time when we make others to follow, that is, means we compel others to follow our religion. So this kind of condition is communal mind. Or a communal mind is always keeping the community superior. So then they are suppressing others' feelings. Then we have also seen that Gandhiji told that we cannot separate religion from politics. He did not mean that the religion like Hinduism, Islam, or Christianity, Zoroastrianism, or like that. No. He meant that the ideals, ideas, and values we get from religion, that is very essential to follow in political life. We should be truthful. We should have that qualities that we imbibe from our childhood onwards, that we get from religion. That is what Gandhiji told us, not any other thing. Then we have also seen that activists, they told that always that sufferers are from the minority community. Whenever there is a riot or violence or any problem, minorities are affected by it. Then the third problem we have seen that almost all the family laws are against the women. So there should be a change in the family laws. This much we have seen on that thing. Then we have seen some of the important aspects when there is communalism. That points you have written. Now you have to write the forms of communalism in politics. How communalism take various forms in politics. Have you written that part? You just open and see whether you have written or not.
how communal ideas are important is life's question.
No.
How communal ideas are important.
Important. No, you have to write this one. What are the forms of communalism in politics? Forms of communalism in politics. Because communalism in politics is different from that other ways of activity or how we are in our day-to-day life. You just write the question. Which are the various forms of communalism in politics? First point, various forms of communalism in politics. First point, The most common form of communalism, most common form of communalism is in everyday religious ideas of the people. Most common form of communism is in everyday religious ideas of the people. Kaushik, are you writing? What is the page that is continuity work? You are getting that according to the topic history, no? We have only one lesson left, no? That is one lesson when we start now. There should be link. After some days later on, if you are continuing, then by the time you will forget. And this particular lesson, that rest all lessons are okay, but this particular lesson is very difficult.
Which one?
What is going on, no? So communalism in politics, then afterwards caste in politics, politics in caste is very much confusing. Till the end, it will not be clear. So you need to attend properly. Okay. So I am taking it very slowly. But the first part, gender is easy. What are the different ways and all? But communalism and casteism. Okay. So first point, have you completed? Second, people often believe. People often believe people on this fact. Yes. Okay. That is why these children went back. People often believe that the ideas of the religion are superior to the ideas of other religions. To the ideas of other religion. The ideas, the ideas, comma, ideals.
The ideas, the ideals.
First ideas, second ideal, and interest. Of a particular religion are given importance. Next point. The demands of a particular religion, the demands. That only I am repeating.
Second point, religion are given
More importance. See, learn to be little bit fast. That is while writing. Because exam time, you have to recollect the things, you have to write it within that 3 hours. If you are writing, that is why I am dictating. So that is slow pace of writing means you may not be able to complete. Many of the time students are not able to complete. So as much you write, that speed will come.
Particular.
First, the demands of the sorry. Yes, particular religion are given importance. Like give particular religion are given importance. Next point, the demands of a religious group are against the demands of other religious group. People of one religious group, people of one religious group. You can write because so many points are there. So together you can. People of one religious group try to get maximum representation of the religion in politics. They often try to demand reserved representation, reserved representation which lead to one community dominate over other. Eh?
Reserve representation.
Which often lead to one community over the other. One community over the other. Eh? One community dominate, one community also will do dominating. Okay. See, please, see, I am not dictating as it is. I'm drafting it and telling. So, in between, please don't ask. Slowly, I am telling. So, the sentences may change. Clear? So, people, I will tell you, people of the minority community then demand for separate state. So communalism in politics can sometimes take the shape of political mobilization on communal lines. Political mobilization on communal lines. Next point. It also involved lines.
Lines.
LINES. It also involves the use of sacred, it is written on the board, sacred symbols and religious leaders to appeal to the people of that religion. Next one. In its most ugly form, in its next point, in its most ugly form, UGLY. Ugly, UGLY. I was telling. In its most ugly form, communal, communalism leads to riots and violences. So many more points are there, but this much we will try to understand. We have studied a communal mind is always trying to keep the religion superior. So then naturally what is happening? Other religious group is inferior to them. So having a religion is not at all bad. But when we try to keep the domination over the others, the feelings of others are suppressed. This gives rise to difference between the two groups, so two communities. Now, it is in the politics also. When it come into the politics, what is happening? Politics, they try to dominate on the basis of communalism. That means one religion dominate over the other. Now the minorities they started demanding reservations or reserved seats, representation. Like that, slowly this demand may give rise to two groups, minority group and majority group. Slowly, the minority will start feeling alienated. We are not part of this. हम लोग को ये अलग कर रहे करके. So that feeling give rise to organize new movements, mobilizing in the name of. Then they start, we will separate from this nation. This is what a separatist movement or secessionist movement. Secession. That is moving away from the union. You might have heard about a movement named Khalistan. Have you heard about that?
Yes.
It did not start recently. Recently only you heard about it. It was
Flee off the country and hit somewhere, I don't know where. Maybe Canada. Maybe Canada. That's what I know. When he was born out there.
Yeah. But you are hearing it now. It had its roots in 1980s. Okay, they formed into a very big movement, that is Sikh group. They started demanding for a separate state known as Khalistan. Only that terrorist type of group. They started demanding for a separate state. Then so much groups formed, and finally they entered into the Golden Temple. Amritsar's Golden Temple. They hid. Now, then Prime Minister, at times Prime Minister Indira Gandhi ordered the military to enter into that Golden Temple to kick them out. So their secret, their own place only, holy place. Gurudwara is the holy place. So when they are planning something inside, they are having the freedom to stay. But the military is not having that freedom to enter. But still, for the sake of the country, the military entered and flushed them out. So bloodshed happened in that Golden Temple. But anyhow, the terrorists were evacuated, and afterwards there was a kind of treaty made between the Indian government and Longowal, one of the leader of that Khalistan. After that treaty, they stopped the demand for Khalistan, but it cost the life of then Prime Minister. Two Sikh security guards only killed her because of that. That is entering into that Golden Temple. That was the hatred. But for the sake of the country, she had to do. Otherwise, they.
Terrorists entered the Golden Temple.
That only. That is, they were hiding inside. Not they may do something bigger than that. So, in order to kick them out and stop that activity, she ordered the military to enter. That activity was termed as Operation Blue Star. Anyhow, that the terrorists were some of the terrorists were killed, and that activity was completely stopped, and they were made the part of. Later on, it led to violence. The Sikhs raged in that 1984, 85, and all. So much Sikhs that afterwards they were killed because of this riot, violence. That was a communal violence happened. So actually the instigation was that demanding for a separate state. If that was fulfilled or if that was accepted, within India, another country would have been formed. And if that was accepted, another area also this way, new country can be formed. In order to prevent that, a strong action had to be taken. Killing is not the solution, we can understand, but if that is the only way out, so she was forced to do. So afterwards, a lot of violence in Delhi and nearby areas. So many Sikhs were killed, and the afterwards also so much problem was there. But the Khalistan movement was very much silent. But very recently, it emerged. Again, started demanding, and that movements were organizing in Canada. We know that in Canada, large number of Sikhs were there. So those area also there was large number of support. Whether they are knowing that it is good or bad, large number of support. And the leader was killed. And here there is a saying that India government supported that killing. That is why now the relation between India and Canada is tense. It is not a cordial relation. Earlier it was very much cordial. Just after that, Prime Minister of Canada came to India and left. That time only it happened. G20 summit he came and then he left. That time it happened, and afterwards the relation become very much tense. So this type of movements are happening when we are communal or our sentiments are communal and we try to keep our community above others. This part is clear to you? I gave that example in order to understand how it turned out to be violent. That is why, in its ugly form, it turned out to be violent. And one more point I have told in between, they use religious symbols, and religious leaders began to appeal to the community that you should do like that. So it is very sentimental part. When the religious leader is appealing and leader is telling that you should do like this, they feel that we have to support what our leader is telling. So that way, communal uh, activity is entering into politics. We should keep religion away from the politics. It have nothing to do with the politics. Religion is our personal belief. You believe or not, that is your personal thing. But we should not bring it in the politics. This one is clear? Now, what are the limitations? You just write what are the limitations of communalism. What are the limitations? First, communal politics believes that people belonging to different religions have different ideas and demands. There cannot be any common interest between them. Second point, people from different religions are supposed to form different communities. Their ideas and demands are bound to be different. it is not necessary that people of the same religion
On their ideas and demands.
are bound to be bound bound to be different, then
It is not necessary.
that is what they did not write. No, fully. It is not necessary that people of the same religion have identical interests and demands. Identical
Different as well.
identical interests and demands. Got it? Next point. You just write from the next sentence. Tell him. You write from the next sentence. Otherwise, no. It will be a mess. When I am telling another word, they will repeat the same word. Okay. People of the same religion may have different ideas. Next point, the demands and the interests of people depend upon the people depend upon the position, comma, status, and the role they play in the society. Role they play in the society. And not based on the religion they follow. Okay. First part we have seen how a communalist think. Then we studied that a communal thinking can give rise to violence and riots. Now there are certain limitations. You just think that you belong to one religion. Is it right that you all are having same thinking? You all belong to one religion. I'm telling, I am not thinking about that you belong to different religion. But you are also belonging to that or 10th standard, you are having same age group almost. But your ideas and thinking are different. But they are telling that you should have same ideas and same thinking. Is it correct? You may think in a different way. The people belonging to the same community should think in the same way. That is not possible. One example I am telling. That is, if we are going to one worship place, we are one group. all the people may not have the same way thinking about whom to vote, whether to vote or not, or this party you should vote or not. It is our personal thing. So when we are sitting in the group also, there may be a difference of opinion. Sometimes the older generation have something to tell. The younger generation's ideas may differ. So by being in the same religious group did not mean that you should have the same ideas or thinking. Clear? One simple example, for Muslims, there is a group called the Muslim League party, political party. It was formed in 1907. Okay, so that time it was meant for Muslims. The same time, almost the same time, 1915, there was one organization which was formed for Hindus, the Hindu Mahasabha. Got it? Hindu Mahasabha, Muslim League. Now there was a major political party, Indian National Congress. So if the Hindus are telling that the Muslims should not be the part of Indian National Congress, is it right? Are you getting? Indian National Congress, it was a political party in which all the groups are there, all the communities are there. So we cannot say that okay, it is a Hindu organization or Hindu party, so Muslims should not join. It is not correct. It is the personal ideology whether you should be there or not. We know that the father of Pakistan was that Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So Muhammad Ali Jinnah till 1930s he was in the Indian National Congress.
First president was this. And first prime minister was Muslim. Jawahar Gandhi.
How? He is Muslim?
And we Muslim.
No.
The first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal.
No, Jawaharlal Nehru was a Muslim, he is telling. No. No.
अरे वो अब्दुल कलाम अरे वो इजिप्शियन है
No. Don't tell that. Very much the same Hindu. Okay. He belongs to that Raja of a princely state, that family, that royal heritage he was having. Don't tell. Then somebody will ask who was your history teacher. Okay, we had Muslim presidents. Okay, we had because the presidential post is reserved for that minorities, that is minority religious group, minority community group. That is why tribal group president is there. So sometimes if the Brahmin this thing number is minority, from them that president be chosen. So one clause is that there should be from minorities. Understood? So please don't tell. Okay. No, he got some misunderstanding of it. Leave it. Now, what we were discussing, he was belonging to Indian National Congress till 1930s. Later on only started demanding for a separate state. So it is not like that. If we are belonging to one religious community, we should have all of you should have the same type of thinking. Then there is another ideology. If you are belonging to one group, there should not be any difference. You cannot become the member of one community and having different ideas. These all are the limitations. But in the practical life, we know that people, when they are belonging to a particular post or that particular position they will not think on communal terms, they will think on the basis of the interest of the people. We know that I have told you that the Muslim League was the political party formed for fulfilling the demands of the Muslims. But we can find so many that Muslims are there, the members of Bharatiya Janata Party. Have heard about it. So many are there. So if this point is correct, they cannot be the member of BJP. Because very clearly they believed in Hindu ideas. So how can a Muslim be the member of BJP? So this is completely flawed. Means it is not correct. It is just a communal person's thinking only. It is not the reality. Clear? Are you getting? It is totally confusing. No? That is why I told you. A communal person keep their religion above others, then make others inferior. These all ideas we have studied. But there are certain limitations. That limitations only just now we have discussed. All the members of one community should think in the same way. Is it correct? Huh? Correct? See, you are in a family. All the members of the family will think in the same way. What father is telling or what mother is telling, okay, you are obeying. But you have some other thoughts. ऐसे ही होना चाहिए था. But you are not free to tell because you are not independent. You are having your thoughts, isn't it? So, as you are not independent, you are not free to express. So, every person in one group may not have the same thinking. This is what a communal idea. Just that 5 minutes we will see that a communalism. Like yesterday, no. No, he will not be allowed. You come.
मैम वैसे बाद में लगाया था मैंने नहीं लगाया था वीडियो
Huh?
बाद में नहीं लगाया था
But no, you don't. Another one only.
नहीं करेगा अबे कितनी गंदी गंदी गालियां वगैरह
Communalist, general communication.
अब सर्च करने का जेंडर रिलीजन और लगा दे वो वाला
Don't take that.
अरे ऊपर
Don't take that one. I also don't like what this thing was telling about the principal. No, you should not do like that. No, don't take.
अरे था ऊपर बोला
Political parties. Don't have. Which one? This one only.
अब मैम बोल रही है अच्छा बैंक वही हाँ ये ना ऊपर ये ना हाँ ये बताएगा कौन सा रखो
नीचे वाला बोला ना
ये वाला
नहीं इसमें अच्छे से नहीं पता
ये वाला
नीचे हाँ वो रहा
चुप बैठो ना तुम
इसके नीचे
No,
वाला
no,
अबे नॉट दिस
no, no.
हाँ सही से बताता है
Don't take so much time. The 10 minutes only communication.
हाँ
ना बे
बता अभी कौन सा
हाँ
ये वाला ना
हाँ
नाम है पंद्रह
Back. No. Say, we have studied about the limitations also. Now, what is the solution for all this? Now, we have understood there are so many religious groups, so many community groups, and there are divisions among them. So, we need to have a solution. What is the solution? Just give me the textbook. And this question you have to write. Write this question. Right now. Pen also not working. Why India? Why India chose to have the model of a secular state. Chose to have the model of a secular state. That is first part. Second part of the question. What are the What are the different provisions of I've told you not to sign. Eh? What are the different provisions of the secular state? So if it is coming for 5 marks, the first part 1 mark and the second part 4 points will be there. You should understand how to write it. So I am dictating. You write communalism was and
And or
and A and D and communalism was and continues to be one of the major challenges
challenges
of our democracy. The makers of our constitution were aware of this challenge. That is why
Of this
challenge. That is why
that is why
they chose the model of a
they chose
to have chose the model of a secular state.
not finished.
No, one part only that 1 mark question.
Repeat
Any action. What is the state? They chose a what? They chose a what of a
Secular state. Ah.
Ah.
Next part, first point. There is no
There
first point. There is no official religion for our country. Communalism is related to religion, not language. Okay. Second point, the constitution
There is no.
official religion.
Can you repeat after
the constitution
Don't ask me anything. You listen.
the constitution
Okay. The constitution provides to all individuals and communities freedom to profess profess profess.
What is the meaning?
I will explain. Profess, practice, and propagate any religion or not to follow any or not to follow any.
Professor means teach.
I'll explain.
Professor. Not to follow any Gnostic.
Atheist.
now what is the meaning of
Third point, I will explain now. First you write. The Constitution prohibit. You are writing in points now? The Constitution prohibits discrimination on grounds of religion. Now, fourth point. The Constitution allows the state. Fourth point. The Constitution allows the state see, if any word also go wrong, then I will make you to write the whole answer 10 times. Then only I will. जानबूझ के तुमको सुनने को नहीं होता है. I'm just. So no, I am telling very slow. Fourth point, the Constitution allows the state to intervene in the matters.
State to.
Kaushik, you just bring your book here and show me. Show me. See, you are trying to get back your mobile, and this way you are working. It is aggravating only, no? Huh?
Ma'am, you are not repeating that.
How many times I am repeating? No. I am repeating as many times you want. Everyone could write. Don't give any type of this kind of excuses. No, I saw that you were drawing, you were decorating the things. These all works you were doing while teaching is there. Then you are blaming me. You are not repeating. No. As many times you want, I am repeating, no? Then this is not the way, no? How much?
Intervene in the matters. Intervene in the matters.
Intervene. INTERVENE. Intervene.
Just wait for this.
Yes, ma'am. He will complete.
Last point. I don't know.
But मोटा
कितना दिखेगा?
I read now.
दिमाग में पूरा भर गया है।
ठीक है।
बुक को रख के
दिमाग तो भर गया है। क्या लिखा है? चश्मा लगा लीजिए।
How much? Intervene in the matters of religion.
Wait.
You continue from there.
1 minute.
No.
30 seconds.
Intervene in the matters of.
Please.
You start from there, which I am telling. Intervene in the matters of religion in order to ensure equality within religious communities. For example, abolition of untouchability. So we know that communalism is one of the challenge for our democracy. If there is so many community groups are fighting among themselves, it can lead to big communal violence. So government will not be able to make a proper administration. They have to concentrate on settling the disputes between different communities. So, constitution while it was making, the makers of the constitution thought that it will remain as a challenge. In future also it will remain as a challenge for democracy. So, we should make a country which give freedom to all religious groups. That is why India is made as a secular country. So, what is a secular country? Secular country is a country in which there is no state religion, official religion is not there. Do you know that what is the preamble of our constitution?
Yes.
Hmm.
The first page.
Yeah, first page of the constitution.
Indians
What
are
is
secular.
the
India is a secular democratic country.
how it is start?
We
It
the
is
people
only
of
one
India,
sentence.
we the people of India
Yeah.
pledged.
Have solemnly resolved to constitute India into
Secular,
a sovereign,
Secular.
socialist,
Secular.
secular, democratic
democratic
republic.
country.
Country is not there.
The state.
So all these terms are having wide meaning. It is not limited.
The preamble.
Very scientific.
Just turn to the front. So this is what written. Ours is a secular country which allows all the people to follow the religion of their choice. Then there won't be any fighting among different communities. That is why this particular part is written in the constitution. Ours is a secular country. Now, what all are the conditions of this secular state? There is no official religion. When Sri Lanka is formed, it was formed as a Buddhist country. When Pakistan is formed, it was formed as Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Like that, many of the countries are formed on the basis of religion. So the other religious groups we have studied in the case of Sri Lanka, uh, about 74 percentage of the people are Buddhist, 7 percentage Christians. There are certain percentage of the people Hindus and Muslims. So the minorities began to feel alienated. That is what the cause of civil war. So in India, if you are taking about 79 percentage are Hindus, 13 to 14 percentage Muslims, then 6 are there, Christians are there, Buddhists are there, Jains are there, then so many others, Zoroastrians are there. So all those religious groups are there. So if the country is formed on the basis of religion, that is majority religion basis, then every day there will be clashes. So there is no official religion. Second point is that the constitution allows the individual to follow practice the religion of your choice. Profess means preach. Teach the religion. So professor means what the professor is doing? Teaching or preaching. So profess the religion and propagate the religion. Spread the religion. So you have the freedom to practice, profess and propagate the religion. At the same time, if you are an atheist, you have that freedom also, not to believe in any religion. There is no compulsion that living in India you should follow one or other religion. That is also not given. You can remain as an atheist also. Got it? The word you are knowing, not following any religion. What is it called? Atheist. Now the third point which we have seen is that the constitution prohibits discrimination. We know that earlier time there was discrimination based on caste. So it prohibits any form of discrimination. At the same time, the government is given freedom to interfere, otherwise non-interference is the freedom to interfere when there is a problem. So this type of 4 conditions are provided in the constitution to make India a secular state. But that is not the only solution. Okay, secular state is made, but that only will not make India free from this communal thinking. What should be there? Communal prejudice and propaganda need to be countered in everyday life and religion. So constitution made like this and we are following, but in between we are fighting among each other. So that is not the way. Everyday life we have to try to remove all the prejudices based on communal thinking. Next, communal thinking. Thought I was going to tell, that is thought that much, and then I converted into thinking. Okay, that is why that way it came. Okay. Next is that religious based mobilization needs to be countered. In politics, we should not bring communalism, but it is happening. Religious leaders are coming forward and asking, you give vote to this political party or group. It should not be there. So, voting or the political ideology is purely individual, isn't it? We should not be, that means, changed by the authorities' ideas or persuasion. We should not come under any persuasion. So communal politics, it is always bad. But it is existing in our country. Within a day also, it is changing. When religious leaders or religious symbols are used, you know that some of the political leaders, when they are coming for canvassing the vote, they come to the religious place and asking, pleading in the, they show that they are doing something for that worship place. Yeah, worship should be separated, or worship places to be separated. It should not be brought in the political matters. Then we can free from this communal politics. Did you get it? Huh? So a communal mind is always devil's mind. The thinking is changing, and we are turning a peaceful person also can turn to be violent within a short time. So we should separate our religion from politics. We should have the worship. We should learn so many things from the religion, ideas, values, ideals, everything we are getting from religion. But one thing we must do is to separate a religion from politics. Okay. So you take your books. I will sign whether it is completed or not. Should be. But when I studied, who was having? Ah. It's fully written or not?
Yes, it is.
It is completed afterwards.
With good pen. Studies here for 20 years. Right, 26.
Everything written now? I'm not that. But if you are doing it regularly, then okay, this is the first point is this one, and the second part.
Sorry, but that's not an
Regularly you do study.
That's what your mother has on that. MCQ started, MCQ, 40 MCQ, case studies, and then trying to the first chapter of first question. नहीं, shit, shit ध्यान नहीं देता, मैंने last time चलो check कराने चलते
पागल है बोला
that anybody is mad. Anyone is mad. Am I mad? So you should not use it. Got it? Yes, we will say. Anybody is mad? Yes.
I think
No, the beginning, no, I will. Index. This one after complete. Give.
question or
Girls, I have signed in your book yesterday.
Yes, ma'am. Like the half.
Gender religion.
क्या पूछ लिया था? 20.
Properly you must study.
Index कौन सा?
इंडेक्स भी साइन करते हो मेरा तो नहीं
Normally,
इंडेक्स कोई नहीं साइन करता.
कोई नहीं कर रहा है मैं तो बिल्कुल नहीं कर रहा
तो भी साइन करेगा.
हमारी बुक्स चेक भी कहाँ होती है हमारी बुक्स चेक भी कहाँ होती है
बिल्कुल सारे
होती है अच्छा तुम लोग की पर्टिकुलरली हमारी तो नहीं होती ज्यादा
स्कूल में नहीं होता है.
होती है मैम यूटी की बात कर रही हूँ मैं दे डोंट रियली साइन द बुक्स राइट
कोई चेक भी.
एक पागल.
Just
Just never I told you not to use this word.
we will have.
अरे मेरे को पता नहीं भाई
अरे थर्सडे का कल का क्या टाइम है? 4 बजे.
4 बजे नहीं, साढ़े 11 बजे.
ऐसा क्या साइंस
आजकल तो स्कूल चालू हो गए इसका तो
इसका
भाई अब सैटरडे से जा पाऊंगा सैटरडे को फ्रेंड्स
आधा
क्लास
आधा किया मैंने बुक डिवाइड किया है ST का
तो आज भी नहीं जाऊंगी
मैं तो आज जाऊंगा एक दिन बस
ये हफ्ता जाऊंगी नहीं सर
You got
नहीं
it.
अब से हर सैटरडे
हाँ मैं नहीं finish
She was absent.
सैटरडे
Rojal,
तू कर सकते
first your book.
Book. I kept your book here. Where was that book? I took and kept it.
You took, I don't have any book.
Where is that book?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, which book you took now?
I kept it here while signing. Where is
I
that
didn't
book?
even got up from my place.
Show me your bag.
मैम मैंने लिया है मेरा पूरा चेक कर दो उन्हीं में पीछे एडिशन था मैम पीछे एडिशन था
कौन से वाला ब्लैक
Very pink.
Inside. You show me.
अरे इनसाइड इधर बोल रही है
ऐसे ही
वही मैम
No, from there, how the book disappeared?
नीचे ऐसे गिर गई
चोरी वोरी नहीं करते ना
मैं तेरे बुक के ट्रांसफर करती है
अबे गई कहाँ?
आगे पीछे
तुम लोगों ने लिया?
हम ये देखो डेस्क में
अरे स्वरित का है स्वरित का है
सॉरी
स्वरित
ये मेरा नाम छोटा बुक है मैम
स्वरित का है
बड़ा तो
ये नहीं है मैम
You just see inside it. You did not complete.
हाँ बस
मेरे को तो बोलता है चोरी हो गया बुक
नहीं आवा।
ओ भाई अब तो गया
अब क्या है
नहीं बच गया भाई बच गया
Yes. This boy was not writing when I was.
Ma'am, only
reading.
one question.
No, no. Don't tell. I really I signed whatever I told. He was not writing. He was doing this. This one. So I took that book and I kept it here. When I was signing all this,